And if you don't have the cash on you to do that right away, you could take some information on the table on your way out, which is got a web card. When you go back at home, you can go on the website, see what the other
my people. Okay, welcome to Seritah Sunshine YouTube channel. Today I'm going with you to the Sheldrick's Elephant Orphanage. It's located along Magadi Road inside the Nairobi National Park. Come with me, guys. We are already at the Nairobi National Park. This is Nairobi National Park. You can see this side. We are almost the Sheldricks. And the visiting time is usually from 11 to 12 noon. So you'll have at least 1 hour with the elephants to interact with them and to learn more about them. They are located within the Nairobi National Park on Magadi Road, opposite the Multimedia University. The entry fee is $1,500 or $15 per person, 12 years and above, and $500 for those under 12 years of age. Here, every orphan has its own personal caregiver, so that each and every time you will ensure that the elephant has the total care she needs or he needs. Yeah, that's all, guys, for today. So come with me, let's see the elephant. We are already at the Sheldrick's. Let's go to the entrance.
Can I just see the email?
Yeah, here from Shamila.
So Sarah Mindy.
Yes,
okay. For 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do I pay?
By M-Pesa or cash?
Okay, M-Pesa.
M-Pesa?
Yeah.
So it's a paybill number?
Yeah, okay. Just a minute. Here you are.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So you'll park inside, and then if you walk to the right, you'll see where to go, and the washroom's just to the left of the gate.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy, thank you.
The Sheldricks. We are waiting for the elephants to come. They'll be here in like 5 minutes. There they are. They are coming. Yeah.
Are they feeding them? Yeah, they are feeding them with the milk.
Matunda kule. Ama kaa hapo tu kama nimekuja.
So guys, you can see the elephants coming. That's the guide. Every elephant has its own.
Come here, elephant. I want to touch you.
Attention everybody. I'd like to take this opportunity and welcome you all at the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. And we kindly request you all to try and maintain total silence for the period that we are going to be here, so that we can be able to see these baby elephants and also to hear more about them. If the elephants come next to the line where you are allowed to touch and take some photos. And while touching them, make sure that you don't put your hands in the mouth. And this is because of the elephants have good teeth. And also while touching them, make sure that you don't feed them. And next to the line where you are advised to keep standing up. And this is because if you squat down or sit down and they are too close to you, some of them see you as a toy to play with. And so they might want to come and push and pick as they do with the soccer ball. But if you keep standing up, they will give you a lot of respect. And this means if you also have little kids in front of you, try to provide special attention to the little ones, because some of the elephants sees them as of the same age and so want to come and push around with them. The elephants don't realize how heavy and strong they are. And if you got a mobile phone on you, you're advised to use it only for taking photos and not for communication, because everyone communicating on their phones will be making noise for all the rest. And lastly, everybody is advised to make sure that you keep your masks on for the entire period that we shall be here. Thank you and welcome at the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. This is a project that was started officially back in the year 1977, after the death of David Sheldrick, who was a naturalist and the senior founder warden of the large Savannah National Park. He died in 1977. And this project was started in his memory under the management of the widow, who is now the late Dr. Dame Daphne Sheldrick, who's been running the project since then, until about 4 years ago, when she passed on, leaving the mandate to her daughter Angela Sheldrick, who was running the project together with the mother for about 17 years before the mother passed on. And right now, the project is under the management of Angela Sheldrick, the daughter. We are taking care of orphan baby elephants and orphan baby rhinos, and later on reintroducing them back into the wild. And that is why all the babies you're going to see here today are orphans. And all have been rescued from different parts of the country, and they have different reasons for being orphans. Some of them, we know exactly what has caused them to be left orphans, and that is why we rescue them. Others, we're really not very sure. But since the elders were found when they were still at a very young age, at an age where they would not have survived without the mother's milk, but also without protection against other dangers, that's why we had to come in and help rescue them. A young elephant between 3 and 4 will start to reintroduce all the elephants back into the wild. We necessarily don't take them where we found them, but we'll always reintroduce them to Tsavo East National Park and Kigwezi Forest. We do have 3 reintroduction units within Tsavo Conservation Area. 2 are within Tsavo East National Park, and 1 is within Kigwezi Forest. Based with our keepers that will lead the elephants out in the park every day, ensuring that they are set free in a wild environment, ensuring that they get to interact with different groups of wild families on a daily basis, and every evening being directed at our units where they'll all spend the night. This is done on daily basis, and after a long period of doing that, the relationship between our orphans and the wild herds becomes a strong bond. Then our orphans will be invited and adopted in these groups of wild elephants. Once they all get adopted, they will be trained by the wild elephants on how to stay back into the wild naturally. They'll be protected against all other dangers out in the wild by the wild elephants. They'll also be shown everything within the park by the wild elephants. They'll be warned against human beings because the wild elephants know that human beings are a threat to them. So they will warn our orphans since they have seen our orphans in the company of people. This means all the orphans that you can see here now at some point will have become as wild as any other elephant out there. When we see this happen, then we can say we've achieved our target. Our main target here is to rescue them since they were found orphans and rear them, and later on reintroducing them back into the wild. This process of reintroducing them takes quite a long time. It takes a minimum of about 5 years. And it takes this long. It also depends on a factor that elephants will always stay in groups and families. And that is why strangers are not just invited anyhowly in a herd of wild elephants. And that is why our keepers have to stay with them until the time they will be adopted. And once they all get adopted, then we can successfully say we've achieved our target. Our main target here is to rescue them since they were found orphans and rear them, and later on reintroducing them back into the world. Right now, we've got a total of 20 elephants in the nursery, and you're going to see all the 20. They'll be coming down in 2 groups. This is the first group of 10 elephants. In a few minutes from now, the 10 will walk away so that we can get in another group of 10, slightly older than what you can see now. They all have names, and we've named them after the place that we've rescued them, or reasons that have caused them to be left orphans, and that's how we can easily tell them apart. I will mention the names one by one, plus the approximated age. And I say approximated because we were not there when they were born, and so could not tell their exact age. But the number of things we look at to give our approximation. And since most of them come in when they're still very young, it is very easy to tell. And that is why our ages might not be very real. But the difference between their real age and our approximated age is very minor. Maybe a month or 2 might be the difference, if there is any. I will start with the elephant next to me on my left. His name is Mokutan. He's about 1.5 years old. He was rescued from Laikipia. He's a victim of human-wildlife conflict. He was found in a community farm, in a maize plantation, without the rest of the family members. Nobody could tell where the mother was, and that's why we rescued him. He's now approximately 1.5 years old. Next, after Mukutan, is an elephant by the name Choka, who is about 1 year old. Was rescued from Sava Conservation Area, who is a starvation victim in this area. We had a long period of drought before the rain started to come in early December. And so during that period before then, we received quite a bigger number of orphans from the Rhino home.
Lakini at least
Kuja pale na mimi akawika ikaenda. Jana ikawika inasomanga akili ya mtu haijarudi hiyo side tena. Na nikaa nimemwambia siwike itasoma maidi yake.
The elephants will only left to die from a natural death, what we all expect to happen to us as well. So that is why ivory poaching is one of the reasons that are so few of them to be left orphans and therefore brought here in the nursery. Some of the babies were found falling down wells, falling down manholes, gotten stuck in the mud, washed down the rivers during the heavy rainfalls, and the mothers were nowhere to help rescue them. And a few of them are orphans from natural reasons. By natural reasons I mean the mothers have died from old age, from natural diseases, and from starvation back into the world. But just very few of them, majority of them, the reasons for being orphans are human related in one way or the other. And that is why it is important that as human beings, we have to come in and make sure that we give them a second chance to survive back into the world. Otherwise, without being identified and being rescued, it means all that you have seen here now would have died, which means the population of orphans will be going down every now and then. And in a very, very near future, we will end up having lost all these animals. In addition to taking care of the baby elephants and rhinos, the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust has got other projects that they and these mobile veterinary units will go around the parks looking for naturally injured animals, treating them and just setting them free to continue their own natural life. This is not necessarily on elephants and rhinos alone. It is with any other wild animals that have been found out there with any health problems. And once identified, we are conducted, and our mobile veterinary unit will either fly to the scene or drive to the scene to go and help treat the injured animals, and immediately set them free to continue with their own natural life out there. We also have anti-poaching teams. And these teams are mostly based in Savo. They will go around the parks looking for snares and desnaring them. The snares are the traps that are set in the parks, especially by the poachers and sometimes by the communities neighboring these areas to get hold of these other tiny animals for game meat or for skin. And so anti-poaching teams will make sure that they put over all the snares from the parks. They'll also help drive away the people that are burning charcoal in the park, to ensure that the park is kept free and safe for all wild animals. So anti-poaching teams will also work together with our K9 unit.
The elephants are gone. That's all for today. See you in the next video. also have a gift shop here. You can buy a small nice gift for your friends or family back at home. Come with me, guys. Now my people, thank you for watching, thank you for coming with me. Now we are leaving the Sheldricks. See you again in another video. Kindly subscribe, like, comment and put on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first one to view. Thank you guys.